like the powers that be, the elected officials, to expect and demand more of the large landowners that are desecrating our community.
This story brand new at 6 now. Piles and piles of trash, and it does not seem to be getting any better, despite promises from leaders that they're working to clean it up. Good evening. Thanks a lot for joining us for KATU News at 6, everybody. I'm Steve Dunn.
I'm Deborah Knapp. The garbage is on railroad property throughout the city of Portland. Tonight, KATU's Angelica Thornton is on your side, pushing for a progress report on the partnership that was supposed to make things better.
Growing up, until this year, this neighborhood's never been like this. This is one of the most quiet, most chill neighborhoods in North Portland I've ever seen. I've lived in North Portland my whole life.
Like many of his neighbors, Israel Banks is tired and fed up by what's happening just feet away from his backyard.
Yeah, we have had them come back here. We've caught them on our camera looking above our fence before. And so we kind of let this overgrow to keep them back, I'm not gonna lie.
This is what Banks is talking about, a homeless camp hidden in the trees. It's been here for years, and so has the garbage. You can't miss it, spilling down the hillside along North Columbia Boulevard. Most of this trash is on Union Pacific property.
It's exactly what I would expect given the lack of response by Union Pacific Railroad, unfortunately.
Frank Moscow is the founder of Adopt One Block, a nonprofit network of nearly 10,000 volunteers who clean up our streets. He knows trash, where it gets dumped and where it festers. And he's been keeping track of it on railroad property for a long time, paying even closer attention since last fall.
Governor Kotek said on October 30th that she had talked directly with the CEO of Union Pacific Railroad and was going to get immediate results from that conversation. Here we are 4.5 months later, and there's our immediate results.
We wanted to talk with Governor Kotek about that partnership she announced with Union Pacific to see how it's going. Where have the cleanups happened? Is anyone keeping tabs on the railroad, holding them to their promise? But her office would only send us an email saying in part that since October, ODOT, PBOT, TriMet, the City of Portland Public Environment Management Office, Portland Metro, the Portland Police Bureau, and Union Pacific launched a collaborative strategy across agencies and jurisdictions. This strategic collaboration entails illegal camping, dumping mitigation, strategic work to guide camping populations to appropriate recovery resources, and infrastructure enhancement to prevent repeat dumping and other problems where possible. They also sent a map of the prioritized areas that includes the property off North Columbia Boulevard. It's a lot of talk about working together, but no real proof anything has been done. So we asked Union Pacific. They wouldn't do an interview, but also sent us a statement saying homelessness is a challenging issue and a growing social problem that state and local governments are struggling to get their arms around. Despite efforts to keep our tracks clear and safe, illegal camping is happening on Union Pacific property, putting lives at risk and resulting in some people treating our property as a dump site. We have been working with the City of Portland to clean up the site off North Columbia Boulevard and continue to find ways to address this ongoing issue. Portland isn't the only city struggling to deal with trash along the tracks. It got so bad in Eugene, the city has been fining Union Pacific more than $200,000 since 2018 and put a lien on the railroad's property last year. Would you like to see the city of Portland do what Eugene is doing?
Absolutely. I would love to see the jurisdictional bodies use their authority to compel the large landowners to take care of this mess.
We wanted to ask Mayor Ted Wheeler if he'd consider it, but he wasn't available for an interview. A spokesman told us they meet regularly with the governor's team and are working together to address trash and litter citywide. We also reached out to the city's housing authority, Home Forward, to ask about this. The trash coming from camps on Union Pacific property is now piling up right next to community gardens and fruit trees in the New Columbia neighborhood. but they didn't respond.
The people in the community are doing their fair share. They're actually doing more than their fair share. And it is very frustrating for them to know that individually and collectively, the people in the community are stepping up and doing the right thing, and the large landowners are not.
Until they do, neighbors like Israel Banks will just have to deal with it.
I know they don't, as a company, they don't really care, you know what I mean? It's just business to them, and so I don't think they're going to try to clean anything up.
In North Portland, Angelica Thornton, KATU News.
After Angelica's deadline, Portland's Housing Authority, Home Forward, did send us a statement about the trash in camps on the neighboring Union Pacific property. It says in part, we've put up barriers on our property to prevent any through traffic from the neighboring site and undertaken our own efforts to clear trash, blackberries, etc. on our side of the property. In November, we were informed that Union Pacific approved funding to begin removal of the overgrown vegetation beginning early this year, followed by cleanup of the other garbage and debris on the site. To our knowledge, that work has begun. You can read their full statement right now on KATU.com. Do you have a story to tell us about our city in crisis? You can send Angelica an email at cityincrisis@KATU.com or leave us a voicemail, 503-231-4206.